Hello, language explorers. I'm Anne, and welcome to Walk a Day English, where we combine daily walk themes with English language learning. Today, I'm next to a beautiful creek, and our walk theme is all about noticing and describing water. If you want to expand your vocabulary and feel more confident talking about nature, you're in the right place. Plus, you can download a free PDF guide in the description to help you use today's words and prompts on your own walk. As you take your walk, pay close attention to the sight and sounds near any creek, pond, or river. Notice the movement of water, the plants growing nearby, or the animals you see. Write what you observe, and if you don't know the English word yet, jot it down in your language to translate later. Then use those new words in your journal entry after your walk. Today's walk challenge is to sit or pause beside a body of water, like a creek in my case, and describe it in detail. What colors, sounds, and textures do you notice? Is the water clear or murky, fast moving or still? All of these details help you build strong English vocabulary and descriptive skills. Even if you only notice one new thing, that's a great start. Each step and each word brings you closer to confidence in English. Let's dive into our water vocabulary. Here are 15 useful words related to water. Creek. You've heard me say that one before. A creek is a small stream, and it's much smaller than a river. We walked along the creek and listened to the water. We walked along the creek and listened to the water. Pond. Pond is a small body of still water. It's like a lake, but much smaller. Ducks were swimming in the pond. Ducks were swimming in the pond. Dam. Dam is a barrier built to hold back water. These can be man-made, as like the ones I'll show you in a little bit in my walk, or they can be natural. Often beavers build dams. The dam stopped the water from flooding the park. The dam stopped the water from flooding the park. Erosion. Erosion is the gradual wearing away of the soil and rock by water. I have a couple of pictures of that to show you in my journal today. Erosion made the creek banks steep. Erosion made the creek banks steep. Gabion baskets. These are wire cages filled with rocks to prevent erosion. You'll see them along the side of a creek or a river. They're really common here in Toronto, and I have a picture of that to show you in my journal. Gabion boxes protect the creek's edge during storms. Gabion baskets protect the creek's edge during storms. Ripples. These are small waves on the water's surface. These could be made by animals, they could be made by the wind, they could also be made by boats. The wind made ripples on the pond. The wind made ripples on the pond. Stream. Stream is a small body of flowing water. So it's very similar to a creek, and they 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 can be a little bit bigger or smaller, but they are smaller than a river. A stream joined the creek near the bridge. A stream joined the creek near the bridge. Bank. Now, this is not the kind where I go get money. A bank is the land that is beside the creek or a river. So you might hear a river bank or a creek bank. We sat on the bank to watch the water flow by. We sat on the bank to watch the water flow by. Muddy. Muddy means that it's covered or full of mud. So when it rains, and the ground gets really soft, it might be muddy and we might get mud on our shoes. After the rain, the creek was muddy. After the rain, the creek was muddy. Current. The current is the movement of water in one direction. So for most creeks and rivers and streams, the current flows toward a bigger body of water. So in Toronto, the water flows south in most general direction, south to Lake Ontario. The current in the creek was strong after the rain. The current in the creek was strong after the rain. A bridge. This is a structure that crosses over the water. And I'll have a couple of bridges to show you in my journal today. We use the wooden bridge to cross the creek. We use the wooden bridge to cross the creek. A pebble. A pebble is a small, smooth stone in or near water. Pebbles really can be anywhere, but pebbles become smooth because water has eroded their sharp edges. I found colorful pebbles on the creek bed. I found colorful pebbles on the creek bed. Flood. This is when water covers the land that is usually dry. So I'll talk a little bit about flooding in my journal today, as this park has ways of controlling flooding and dealing with flooding. Heavy rain caused the creek to flood. Heavy rain caused the creek to flood. Spring. Now, this is not the season spring. This is another meaning for that same spelled word. In this case, a spring is a place where the water flows from the ground. A fresh spring fed into the creek. A fresh spring fed into the creek. And wetland. A wetland is an area where the ground is often wet. It can be a marsh, it can be a swamp. So these are often next to creeks and streams and rivers, and they are part of the flood plain or the flood area. The creek passed through a wetland full of birds. The creek passed through a wetland full of birds. Try using any of these new words in sentences about your own walk, and maybe you found others to describe your water space. And please share your sentences and observations in the comments. Don't forget to download today's PDF. Everything you need plus journaling questions is right there to help you get the most from your walk and learning. Now it's time to practice your speaking through shadowing. Shadowing means listening closely to me and repeating the sentences immediately after, copying my pronunciation and natural rhythm. Shadowing helps you sound more fluent and confident in English, just like native speakers. Listen and repeat the sentences from my journal walk as I read them. Pause the video as needed and repeat as often as you like. Are you ready? Let's go. This is my third day following Highland Creek. This section has been altered to include two control ponds. Control ponds help reduce flooding and erosion. This first pond has a bridge with a dam underneath. This second pond is much larger and had another bridge to walk over and a small water control opening underneath. You can see the ripples in the water around a swan swimming. Here you can see a gabion basket protecting the bank of the creek. However, you can also see a hole on the other side where water has eroded the ground and made its way down. Here, the bank has been eroded by water and weather. There is grass on top, and you can see the roots holding on to the top soil. The soil or clay is open to the water, rain, and snow. Slowly over time, this soil or clay will end up in the creek and the bank will move further back. The ponds are the north part of this park. After the two ponds, the creek continues south. In this part of the park, you can see the wetlands. This is where all the tall grasses grow, and it helps with the flood control as well. There were a lot of red-winged blackbirds flying in this area. I love all the different things I am seeing while on this micro-adventure. One creek, but so many different views of the city and the space. So there you have it, language explorers. Now you are ready to explore, describe, and enjoy any water space you find, even the smallest creek or pond. Download the free PDF guide in the description, head out for your walk, and use today's words and prompts in your journal. Remember, every step and word brings you closer to fluency. If you would like to get personalized feedback on your journal entry, become a Wade member by signing up on our website. Take a look at the next video for another great Walk-A-Day English language adventure. If you liked this video and would like to see more, click on the subscribe button or let me know in the comments below. Until our next walk, stay safe and go explore your space, one word at a time.